Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 538. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinside.
Annyeong.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hey, yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 538 of the Moviecast. Woo.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm having a little computer problems tonight, but what else is new? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, I'm breathing free and clear. So yeah, I had a pretty nasty sinus infection. I took antibiotics for like 4 days, and I was so congested. It wasn't COVID. That was good. But I believe it was actually like hay fever, believe it or not, because I was also taking an allergy pill with it too, because I guess I'm allergic to hay. Didn't know that. And I had hay in my car pretty much all Monday when I was driving. And I guess that's my only conclusion. That's my personal
farming out there? Is that? Are
no,
you
I mean,
on a farm?
we have a rabbit, and the rabbit eats hay.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And I had a lot of errands to do on Monday because I've been off with work. So we've been on spring break, and I decided to be nice and go and pick up the hay for the bunny, and it was in my car. And then I was like, I drove around literally from like.
When did you get a rabbit?
Oh, we've always had a rabbit. I mean, it was Arya's rabbit.
There's always been a rabbit.
There's always been a rabbit. You never know that? There's always been a rabbit.
I've never seen this rabbit. I've never seen this rabbit.
Yeah. No, it's there. It's been here. So.
They're skittish.
Yeah, they like to hide, but they sit in a cage. There's not much else going on. They eat hay, So I'm pouring a beer right now while we're doing this. But yeah, so I'm back. I felt like crap, and then I got my second vaccine shot to keep everybody up to date. I am double dosed.
I got my first.
Nice, congrats.
Almost
Tony,
there.
So half the podcast is double dose now, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tony, did I join the double dose club? Cool. Yeah, I actually broke my glasses today, which is funny. Giving random stories to start this podcast, but I have bendable glasses. I was doing nothing like that with these glasses. All I was doing was cleaning the lenses with my shirt. I put them down on my shirt and was cleaning them, and the frame snapped in half. They fell apart. So I don't have my glasses on right now, which I can see okay because I had
too strong.
Yeah, I guess it's that Plus, I was on prednisone. I was on prednisone because of I banged my knee up again. So it's been a crazy week, and
You gotta be careful.
yeah, I know. And
Dude, I mean, you're getting old.
Getting old. That's the problem.
He's gonna break some roid rage on here too.
But I will say last week, while I didn't watch much on TV, I did get to play Yakuza, which I will talk about in the Gamecast, so tune into that. I have some great things to say about that game. But guys, this week I did get to watch some stuff, which is great. So we can get kicking off with that if we want to. I mean, I think did we all watch Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes.
I did.
Cool. Mm-hmm. You did? Okay, I just make sure. So we'll get into that in just a second. How many of us watched Justice League, the Snyder Cut? I know Tony's not part of that, but we do need it's the elephant in the room, Tony. We got to talk about it. It's right there.
That's fine. I can still make facial reactions to it.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
Now we'll keep it like
I
spoilers,
plan on watching
whatever.
it, but I have not yet.
It doesn't matter. I told Matt. My brother called me because we didn't have time to get together and watch it, so I decided to watch it over the last 2 days, which is helpful to watch a 4-hour movie, which is divided into 7 parts. I will make brief comments real quick. The rated R is forced. It does not need it. They drop F-bombs for no reason, part of the dialogue, and I don't think they needed to be there. I think the statements could have been said multiple times that way, better, without the F words. Like Batman doesn't need to swear, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Yeah, doesn't need to swear. I understand Joker doing it, but come on. I also feel like, you guys remember the Cliff Notes? You remember Cliff Notes in high school?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what the Whedon cut is. We got the Cliff Notes, so we know this. This is it. The story is the same.
It's
we
not
got the Cliff
same
Notes
at all.
It is.
It is absolutely different.
Oh boy! All right.
Okay,
We already
Cyborg still works. Cyborg still looks like shit. Absolutely.
Cyborg does. I have
That has
complete
nothing to do with
opposite
the plot,
opinion
though.
to you, Jim, and everything you've said so far. So I'll get to what I think about it shortly.
Okay, so My thing is this. Superman looks far, 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 far better because it's his actual scenes before he had to do the CG jaw. But I think that Whedon basically just shot Superman scenes when he rewrote this. He just cut things. And by cutting things, I understand what Corey's going to go into because we didn't get any of this Cyborg story. I get that. But it doesn't make the story much better. We still got the overarching story of what the idea was. Bring the team together, stop Darkseid from coming to Earth. That's it. I mean, we got the Cliff Notes. We did. It is the Cliff Notes. His story was there. We didn't rewrite it.
Well, right, but I mean,
he absolutely rewrote a lot.
All right, so go ahead, Corey. Jump in.
No, so I mean, I actually was supremely surprised by how much I enjoyed this movie compared.
I still hate Ben Affleck. Go ahead.
I assumed, but I think this movie was so much better of a film. It had so many, much better cohesion throughout the film. It had a much better storyline as far as what the motivations of every character was and what they were doing. Almost everything that was terrible about the Whedon film was not in this film at all. The storylines, like the Flash character, while still being
I hated Ezra Miller in this. Absolutely.
Like he's still the comic relief. It was way toned down. He didn't have the stupid interactions with Wonder Woman like he did. The reason they bring Superman back is far superior in this one. It's completely different. There's no stupid through line with Batman and Wonder Woman, and those two have weird.
Wait. Bringing Superman back was the same reason.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
All right,
yes,
guys,
it was.
Stop. Just because I plan on watching this, and I will.
Okay. So I'm just saying the conversation they have is a completely different conversation with different.
Yes, absolutely.
With different
conversation.
No, I'm just saying.
It's the same motivation. They're bringing him back for the same reason because they have to stop.
Sure. Like they need Superman. Sure, but
that's
the whole everything about this movie had way more cohesion as far as those conversations, the motivations. I'm just saying, I feel like the stupid opening sequence with Batman, that's completely out there. Not in this movie at all.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. All those conversations with Wonder Woman and Batman having just weird interactions that didn't make any sense. They're all gone.
Can I just say? Let me just say.
I will say for me that I didn't mind those Wonder Woman Batman scenes. I thought those were some of the better scenes in the original.
It does make Whedon's movie worse, but it doesn't make this a good movie.
No, I completely disagree. He's like, again, Flash is like he's not a scaredy cat. Like he's not like, oh, I can't do and save people. Like he's not that character anymore. It's just everything about this movie is like 180 on the Whedon cut.
It's like an extra point better. Like not an extra point, maybe extra 2. So like you go from a bad movie like a 3 out of 10 to about a 6. Like, okay, is that good? That's okay.
That's like 100% better, Jim.
Sure.
And we know that your 6 is like everyone else's 8.
Yeah, no, I would say it's a mediocre movie. It's a mediocre movie now, where it was a bad movie before. And you know why I would also say that? Because I think a 4-hour movie is fucking insane. And I'm sorry, there are bloat in that movie. I can't get into that right now, but there's bloat in this movie. Mike, watch it. There's a lot of bloat. And the lowest stuff was all the extra stuff we saw from that was useless. It was effing useless.
Oh, the whole Lois thing was so much better too.
There, I kept this PG-13 on this podcast because I didn't fucking swear. There we go. Now it's 4. All right, there we go.
And I disagree with the R rating in your opinion too, there, Jim. I think Steppenwolf is so much better in this movie.
You know what it is though? You know what it is? Because Corey likes this Joker.
The Joker's doing it. I'm not even talking about the Joker stuff because it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about.
Let me get this straight. You prefer Steppenwolf to look like the Guardian from Thor in Asgard.
Absolutely. Look at the Whedon cut version, Jim, and you tell me which one's better.
I'm not saying that CG is not better, but I am also saying that Cyborg is the exact same look.
I do fully expect the CG to look bad in this.
There's bad parts, but there's way.
It's not worse. It's not worse at all, Mike. It is better because Superman looks way better.
I would actually expect it to look worse. To be honest.
No, it doesn't look worse. I absolutely. No, and like I said, I would give this a mediocre score. Better than I would never watch Justice League the Whedon cut ever again. I would probably sit down and watch this with the guys if we if we're just throwing something on TV, just put it in the background, put it on. it's not a movie that like it's 4 hours, so it's like I don't know why you would do that, but
so yeah, I plan on watching this probably like a TV show. It's gonna take me most of a week, I think, definitely.
I think
Sure,
you
good
get
idea.
this done in 2 sittings, Mike. I think you could do it.
No,
We'll see.
I think 3, because by the epilogue I was like, oh fucking Christ, wrap this up.
Oh,
We'll
Don't know what
see.
you expected, dude. You walked into this.
yeah.
No, the epilogue was
Like, you know what?
remember the
Snyder could make a 4-hour movie. Didn't make a good 2.5-hour movie, but a 4-hour movie would be good.
Again, I never saw the director's cut of BVS, which is supposedly a bit better as well. I don't know. All I know is all of his movies that have come out have looked cut to death and like all over the place. So.
No, I mean, I want you to watch it so I can go into more
Mike,
in-depth
yeah,
stuff
sure.
about what I enjoyed about this movie more than what the Whedon cut did, and just again, there is so much more underlying story like the themes that were just like completely dropped in the Whedon cut that were hinted at, but just like didn't make any sense because.
Like, here's the thing, what did you expect them to do? Like, they can't release a 3-hour Justice League movie.
No, I'm not like. I'm talking about like completely changing people's motivations, and like obviously we knew Whedon was going to try to marvel it up, make it much funnier.
Wait.
And
what motivation? Because Batman still has the same motivation. He feels guilty.
Okay, maybe motivation's not the right word, but I mean like the storylines where the scenes don't make sense because the scene right after it is a completely separate thing. Like I said, Wonder Woman and Batman
flows
stuff,
better, but it's still 4 hours of flowing. It doesn't need all of that. It's bloated.
And Flash is not a scared little bitch like he was in Whedon, and Cyborg has actually has a story in this movie where he is the heart and soul of this film. And when you look at the Whedon cut, all the stuff was like let's put Ben Affleck and Wonder Woman on front and center. They're the only ones that matter. And this one, it's all about Cyborg, and it's basically his movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. But I don't think that it adds much to it. We still get that general sense that. We still get the general sense of the movie. The best part about for me, it's like it's hard for me to remember the original, but I know it was really bad and I never want to go back to it. This one, like I said, is mediocre.
I thought the original was dumb, but kind of fun.
No.
No.
It's not.
Dumb fun.
So the idea is this: like, it's like, Mike, watch it.
And I'm a big Snyder hater too. I don't like Snyder, but I think he destroyed Superman. So it's like. I think this film was his best DC film. Like,
you think Superman was his best form in this movie?
No, I said this is Snyder's best movie.
Okay, go ahead. Explain the black suit. Go.
Why? Go. Wait. Why am I explaining the black suit?
Because why did he have it?
Because he got regenerated. He got reborn.
No. I don't know this story, Corey. You tell me what this film told me.
I can tell you. They don't need to tell you. I can tell you if you want.
Wait until Mike can talk about it and then revisit this. I don't want to put up with this a second time after.
Okay. In respect for Tony here, we're gonna just let's table this until Mike gets to watch it.
Yes, I would like to.
But it's good. I mean, I like that. I like that we have different opinions because.
And I thought it was mediocre.
Conversation. So.
I like that's funny, but like. If you guys talk about it now, then when Mike does it, you guys are just going to get back into it again. So just.
I think.
It doesn't sound like you thought it was mediocre, Jim. I'm surprised you finished the movie. So.
No. It's still better.
We'll talk about later.
Yeah. It's still better, but like, I'm surprised we had differing opinions. I really expected.
Moving on.
I know. I just really expected the same one. I really didn't expect you to have a different opinion. All right. What else did I watch? I watched Raya as well. So.
I watched that.
That was what's that?
I watched it.
Yeah, I know you did. That was actually a fun movie. That was really good. It's a good kids movie / it has some tear jerking moments and stuff. It was a little bit. It was good. So I for $30, I mean, considering we can't go to the movie theaters and stuff, I think that well worth the cost and pretty happy I paid that. So I definitely could see a franchise here for them for this. Like it's something they could build off of. It, Raya and the Last Dragon could be, Raya and something else. So I did like that a lot. So that's pretty much it. And for me, I believe, Lower Decks, I watched the rest of that series. Actually, I watched all of that last week because I was sick. That's like, because when you're sick, you don't want to get into like Justice League. You want to get into like stuff that you can
That's
watch.
the reason. There it is.
So so I watched that, but that's it for me. Mike, what'd you watch?
I've only watched Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That's it. All right. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Corey, anything else?
Obviously, the Justice League took up a bunch of time. So
that's what it does, apparently. That's why I'm a little scared.
I really enjoyed it, actually. So, and then we'll talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Text Matt that, Corey, because I told him opposite. I just thought it was mediocre. I was really shocked you liked it. But go ahead, Tony. What'd you watch?
Let's see. I watched some weird Italian movie. Don't even know what the name is. Can't recite it.
As your Monday movie night.
Yeah, I had a plot that was like, I feel like it's kind of funny in context because like it's about some like Italian dude who, his like friend who's dying leaves him like a money printing block or something like that that's been unused and has no prints on it. So he's like, oh, let me just make some of my own money or something like that to like, buy stuff. And of course, people catch on that it's fakes eventually, and it's just like him trying to like skirt out of it and whatnot. Basically, this is like a 2-hour movie that could have been like just like a 45-minute episode of like a sitcom TV show or whatever like that. Granted, again, it's old. It's like black and white. Maybe was it? I don't even remember. Whatever. I was just like, and there's like no consequence. There's no point. He gets away at the end of it. I'm just like, he didn't learn his lesson. Like, just he didn't get caught. Why did I just fucking watch this movie? I don't know. Just pointless. And then I went back and watched with my friend. She had never seen Weathering with You, which is done by the studio that did Your Name. And that was the first time I saw it since I had seen it in theaters. And holds up still well. I know when we were talking about, I forget why, that versus Your Name. It was
my movie of the year.
Yeah. Right. And on a rewatch, because I just watched Your Name the other month too, so it's like pretty close. I still like Your Name a bit better, but I did appreciate Weathering with You a bit more this time around because I was able to, I don't know, I guess appreciate some of the slower scenes or whatever like that. So that was good. And then, I guess we're gonna get into right now with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, which again, I'm gonna go with we might be more divided on this. Like, I didn't think it was that great of an episode. I thought it was kind of boring. The beginning was great, but I thought it was kind of boring. I mean, is that just me?
No, I thought I've lost Ashley on this. She's not going to watch it with me anymore.
Or you can't, in one episode, you can't lose somebody in one. I got to give it another episode at least.
Oh, no, she won't. And now for me, it was like, I don't know, like the B plot was about like consolidating a loan. Like, I don't know. This was rough. I mean, the beginning, I saw what they were trying to do, like a James Bondy opening, but I turned my brain off because I know it's just like a PS5 tech demo. I know nothing is real, and it's just that type of action just sort of, I don't care anymore. Oh,
it's a CGI kind of thing?
Yeah. So
big explosion. It's a Marvel beginning. Like, it's a Marvel action scene.
What comic book movie doesn't use?
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Special effects.
Most of the ones I liked that were older. They use special effects, but like if we talk about 20 years ago, it was fun to see like an all CGI fight in like Spider-Man 2. We're like, oh, that looks cool. But by now I'm just like, all right, like this isn't happening, so it's cool, I guess. But
I don't get that criticism, but okay.
That's fine. You don't need to get it.
I mean, literally every movie does it. So I'm curious why now it's a problem.
Some good stuff and bad stuff, maybe. I mean, you're gonna get it. Like, it's gonna be in everything now.
It's not even that it's bad or good. It's just like when I know that like there's no people there doing anything, I just sort of don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it has to. I mean, what's going on the screen has to be more compelling, I suppose.
Like
I like the opening sequence. I thought it was cool that bat.
I like the beginning of it, but once we started going to stuff, it's like, oh, no one is definitely not doing this in real life. I'm like, all right, so we're just gonna do all that with
George St. Pierre was back. Who did he play in the earlier movies?
Patrick. Are you talking about?
Patrick, George St. Pierre. Yeah. That's his name. Yeah, I was like, I couldn't remember who that was. Like, I'm like, I know that guy. That's George St. Pierre. I know that. I just don't remember who he played in the other,
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it was the fight in the very beginning.
Okay, that's where I got him from. That's right, the ship. That's where it was. Yeah, so it was cool to see him back, actually. But I'm sorry, we don't want to go into too much. Do we want to go into spoilers here? I mean, I don't know. It's like, I guess we don't have to mind.
We just talked like 10 minutes about fucking Justice League. Are you serious?
Well, Justice League has been out since 2017. I don't care about spoilers for that shit. I just, this might. I will go into spoilers for this. I don't care. Let's do it. All right. So spoilers for next. I'll mark it. Fuck it. Let's go. So feel free to talk about it. Go ahead, Tony. What you think of this?
No, the action sequence is okay. I mean, I don't know. Like,
I thought it was good.
It was fine. I thought it was cool seeing Falcon's like upgrade because I don't know. Out of all the roster, like him, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, it's always like you guys are just a little squishy. Like, obviously, you have superpowers or anything like that. But it's like, I don't know. To me, it was always like, why would you want to be Falcon with just like wings when you could just have like an Iron Man suit, right? Like, why would you not take an Iron Man suit?
Because he's broke, apparently.
Well, where did he get it from?
Come on, he could have asked like Tony, like, hey, I'm in these battles with like gods and like legends.
No, why doesn't the entire Avengers get outfitted in Iron Man suits? Really?
No, I mean that's the thing. Like he's got plenty of them.
Right, exactly. It's like
even Bruce Banner gets a Hulkbuster.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go in with like a tank top and like a windbreaker or something. It's like, bro, I'd be like, yo, hook me up with a suit. Like, what can't you do with like a bow and arrow that you just couldn't do in an Iron Man suit? Anyway, so the opening sequence was fine. Like, it's nothing remarkable. It's not like anything. It's like, oh god, this is fake news. But I agree. I didn't like the B plot with the loan thing. I mean, I get where they're going because they want to introduce more of the backstory for the characters, and that's fine because with Sam, it's not like we know too much about him. But it feels like there's two plots going on with him, where it's like him with like not feeling, that he could carry the mantle of Captain America. That's what I want. Like, focus on that. That whole opening sequence with him like just looking at the shield and just like, wait, when is this? Because he's dressed up, and I was like, is this like a flashback to like the?
I thought it was like a funeral. I thought it was
right. Yeah, right, something like that. But then it's like, no, he's handing it in. I'm just like, all right, but like, I guess. And I thought it was cool that Road showed up, especially because like the two of them haven't really talked too much ever since the whole like war thing. It's like, hey, you dodging that laser kind of like paralyzed and stuff like that. But glad to see that they're still on friendly.
He's walking around okay now.
He's walking around, but he's half Iron Man already. Half War Machine all the time.
I didn't even remember who was on whose side at this point.
Yeah, I don't remember back to Civil War either, so I don't remember who took what side. But
yeah, so that plot was fine. I actually really appreciated the Bucky's plot, like all the way through.
That one I like.
I kind of wanted more of him.
Yeah.
Although he's a reverse Arrow season 1 for sure going on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just being nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just liked how I thought it was an interesting conversation he had with his therapist or whatever like that, where she like. I remember him like not talking. She just like cracks out the notebook and he's like, "Really, you're gonna start writing?" And she's like, "You don't talk, I write."
How does that actress allow the director to film like her eye like that close? Like, what was with that?
I don't know.
That was a weird. Do you know what I mean? When that started, that conversation. I don't know what. Like, that was just a weird choice. I don't know why we were doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. But I thought it was interesting to see like the flashback with him still being a Winter Soldier, like an assassin for Hydra and stuff like that. Because at first I was like, is this after? Like, when is this taking place? It's like, no, he's bad and stuff like that. And the whole plot with him like feeling bad and actually going through his like list of I guess people he's wronged and stuff like that. Because that goes back into the whole comment back to Civil War where he's like. When Iron Man was like pissed at it, he's like, "Do you even remember?" He's like, "Yeah, I remember all of them." And it's just like, okay, well, I guess that's the plot for the season for him. But overall, I enjoyed it. Like, it's it's not remarkable. It's not like WandaVision episode 1, where it just kind of hooked you right away. But
WandaVision was the mystery aspect of it. This one doesn't have. This is more straightforward action so far.
Right, so. And that's fine. I'm willing to give it a shot. But I'd say 2/3 of it I really enjoyed, and like the thing with the sister, I was just like, what? Why do we need this? And it was so awkward too with the dude where he's like, did you go to like what is it like UCLA or something like that? I'm just like, all right,
I know you.
I know you.
I do feel like they're poking at something that's a little dangerous when they try to get into the repercussions of the 5-year blip, and they really kind of, although they're getting into it finally, they're still underselling what you would really think would happen if but because 5 years later, the whole world would have adjusted pretty much, and then now the total chaos of the overpopulation that would have happened would be so much crazier than just it's hard to give out loans right now.
Yeah, everybody wants money. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just needed a little more of Winter Soldier stuff, and
the Sam stuff so far is not very interesting yet, except for his turmoil with the Shield, which has now obviously come back to bite him.
And it does seem funny that he never really got paid by anyone for what he did.
That's the weirdest thing to me. I don't know. Again, this is comic book logic, and this is where I kind of hate, because and everybody does it, because it's either Tony Stark's the rich trillionaire or Bruce Wayne is the rich trillionaire. That's how they have all this equipment and fancy. That's how they have a satellite in space and all this shit. It's whatever, somebody's rich. I get it. But when they try to sell this, I'm like, really? There's no clause whatsoever that you get money or I don't know, Stark Industries shares or some bullshit. I don't know,
pay him in stock.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the Air Force, he's putting himself on the line. I think he'd get a nice compensation package or something for completing these missions and saving the guy that's going to take the job.
I'm kind of confused about what his actual position in the Air Force is there. Is he just working with them? Is he in it? I don't really understand.
Like a contractor or something. Yeah. But I think for me, the Falcon stuff, I was never really interested in. I think that Bucky is obviously a much more interesting character to explore, and I just think Falcon, he's just a generic, regular dude. So you're gonna get regular dude stuff with him, except for the interesting thing is the mantle. Is he going to carry that on? Is he going to become Captain America? And you get only a brief glimpse of that in this episode. And I thought it was pretty funny that they put the shield on his left, though, when he's doing the speech and the shield's on his left. It's on your left there, but I just think that that's a way more interesting, like you're saying, Tony, more interesting storyline to go through than his personal life, because I understand we get it's just going to be personal stuff. Okay, we get it, but there's more of it than we needed.
But I don't understand how that's going to loop into the story with him trying to figure out how to save a shrimp boat. I don't see how that.
I think that's probably a metaphor.
No, I think we're going to get the sister a lot. I feel like they're setting her up to be there more and more.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
It's not on me.
Oh, all right.
Yes, and I think the Bucky stuff was, like I said, the you guys were saying too, the much more interesting things to explore this episode at least. But I think for episode 1, it was fine. It did its job. But I'm looking forward to seeing them together, because that was what was great about these characters, is when they were together on screen.
Going off
they were not
I was
on screen
a little disappointed that we didn't get to that. I know it's still just the first episode, but I also know that we have
that was my biggest gripe, is that we get a show called Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we see how well, right, and we see how well they work together on screen, and how we're oh, this is a great combination of these two characters, buddy cop thing going on, and then we don't even get that in the first episode.
Yeah. It feels like they could really go for I don't know, a Bad Boys type of duo, right? Or is just
I think that'd be fun. And then, once they get to, I feel like once they have in the same room, that it's going to be a really fun show.
Yeah. That's what I think too. So it was fun, but not oh man, that was the water cooler talk of the week or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I saw some shill post on Twitter about how amazing it is. It's so much better than WandaVision. I'm like, the fuck, man. I mean, that's just he just clearly hated that show, and I don't know. I just hate that. I hate those reactions. I hate when somebody posts that shit. But whatever.
Everybody's got their own opinions.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's get into some other news here, guys. we've got, let's see, a couple delays happening, which is funny because I had posted earlier in the day that the Disney CEO, Bob, is it Chapek, was going to wait to the last possible second to figure out when they're releasing the Black Widow movie. Widow. Yeah, and then like later in the day, well, we've delayed it till July 9th, and it will be in the theaters and on Disney Plus on Premier Access. So that was announced later on. So clearly that was like the last second, apparently. When was that originally? Was it April? Was that movie?
April.
Was April? Yeah.
April.
It was supposed to be like mid-April. I think it was coming up. Like it was definitely coming up. So, but yes, they are choosing to delay it, which I understand. I don't know if theaters will be 100% back at that point, but I'm happy that we get to watch this on Disney Plus as well. So, like I said, for $30, you're not going to the theater, but I was able to pause the movie while I went to the bathroom, and you know what I mean? Like it's just a lot nicer.
Yeah, so I don't think $30 is bad, especially if one other person with you, like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's a good deal. Let's see what else we have here. We've got this is interesting. I think we talked about Michael Keaton coming back as Batman in the Flash movie. He was confirmed pretty much, but apparently that's not the case. He's very skittish on doing the role again, and it's not more about the script, although he hasn't read it. It was more about the fact that COVID. He has very big concerns of COVID and going to film things right now. So he hasn't committed to doing this movie, which is starting to film, I think, right now, if I remember.
It did, yeah, I was like, didn't it
already
start?
filming?
Yeah.
It's filming,
Didn't they talk at the Fandom they were talking about? It was in the process of filming?
Yeah, so I don't know how pivotal his role would be then. I thought he was a pretty big role, apparently, but...
No, I mean, I figured it'd be a cameo.
Unless he's trolling us all and he's completely...
I mean, it is a Flash movie. This is not a proper, like, Batman Beyond movie here.
No, but I thought that would be the
Justice
Batman
League set this movie up pretty well, so we'll see.
It did. I give you that, Corey. So, it did explain some stuff, which I had forgotten about. So I did like that aspect of the movie. Again, mediocre. Go on. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, Venom. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, pushed back 3 more months. Again, more delays. So.
I mean, who remembered this movie was even coming out?
I didn't think it's even done. Apparently it is.
I haven't remembered to even watch the first one.
I think it was supposed to come out in like a year ago, right? And so
was it?
Do we get a Spider-Man like cameo in this? Like maybe in the TV in the background or something? Do we get something like that?
I think you get something. Yeah. I mean, if they keep delaying it, why not? Like they're gonna throw something in there.
Yeah.
And why else? You know, other than obviously not being able to go in the theater, but I mean. Yeah, might as well put some extra stuff in there for fun.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it for movie news. So that's going to wrap up this episode of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe and like button. We appreciate it, guys. We'll see you guys next week.